I want to make a quick video if I may. The armor guard in the waistband, medium frame Glock holster, obviously from Pete. Now, this is what they call the taco holster, which is where it's a single piece. Yes, it is hot. It's a single piece that is wrapped around. Pete has the buckle, the screws here. And I requested the wing or the claw. Now Pete does not have an option on the page for you to scroll down and select. You select left hand, right hander, color, and make and model. If you want the claw, you have to send him a private message and ask for it, and he will make that arrangement for you. I'm not gonna quote prices because you may be seeing this 10 years from now. Prices will be different 10 years from now, but yes. Now, the other day, I had this in my room, dropped it. The slide kicked open, and it had a jammed round in there. However, the gun did not go off, and even though the slide had opened, the gun was retained. Okay, the gun was retained in the holster. It did not fall out. Okay, look. I'm holding it by the claw now with a fully loaded magazine. Now I'm holding it by the buckle with a fully loaded magazine. Okay. Okay. There's no one behind the wall. The wall is safe. My finger is away from the trigger. Okay. Now the claw is special because a lot of the time you have a holster, it'll do this in your pants. Yeah, no joke, right? And what'll happen is the buckle will click on your pants and the holster will wobble and it'll sort of cant. What happens is this goes over the belt buckle here and this stays inside your pant leg. And this will actually keep the holster, the back part of the holster where the grip is, flat against your body, so it will not print as much. Okay. And Pete obviously has the channel here. If you look at this channel, for the sights, that relief. That way the sights don't bang or dent or anything like that. And Pete pretty much, and the claw is made in USA. Pete buys the claw separate and makes the holster. This material is actually one step above Kydex. Pete's stuff is the absolute best. Okay? I'm telling you that right now. I have 3 holsters from him. I'm gonna buy more. Tell you that right now. I'm buying more. I wish he would get more into the revolver market, but the semi-automatic market is pretty much locked down. Okay. On top of that, some people have a request for pick rail because the pick rail. Do you see the pick rail? Okay. You may want to have a light. Depending on your light, Pete can actually make the light holster. Keep in mind that's going to add more money to the price and more weight and more girth and more profile and shit like that. That would primarily be a tactical guy or SWAT cop, his getup. Okay, or maybe you're going to wear that with outside the waistband with like 5 layers of clothing on in the middle of the winter. Okay, I personally don't want to do that because it's too much material. I don't think I have a light anyway. But there are several lights that Pete has, and if you don't have the light, you can mail it to him I mean, if he doesn't have the light, you can mail him your light, and he can make molds, and he can mail you the light back with your holster. If you live locally and Pete does not have your gun, you can bring him your actual gun, and he will make the mold of your actual gun. So if I wanted let's say you wanted a SP-101 or something like that, or you wanted a Smith Model 29 with a 6-inch barrel, he might not have the mold for that, but if you bring him your gun, he can do it for you. Now keep in mind, that depends on what state you live in and what laws you have to abide by. If you live in New Jersey, that might be a problem for you. If you live in Massachusetts, you're going to be coming through New York and New Jersey to get to him. So you might want to consider that. Will Pete accept the gun in the mail? That would require him to actually tell you to mail your gun to his FFL. He would have to go to the FFL to pick it up, bring it back to the house, make the holster for you, and mail it back to you through the FFL, because he cannot do it legally. Now, if you offer him a lot of money, if you are a customer that has had 10, 20, 30 holsters, if you are a customer that has brought him 50 more customers, he may do that. But if he says no, don't be shocked. Okay? Pete has no problem making holsters for your guns, making holsters for your knives. I mean, Pete, with the exception of a gun, because a gun is a FFL item, Pete can accept flashlights, knives, hatchets, baseball bats. Okay? Pete literally did an EpiPen holster for a teenage girl. Okay? So your asthma inhaler. Okay? He'll do almost anything so long as you're willing to supply him with a model, and so long as it's going to be legal. Okay? So keep in mind that going across state lines with a gun may or may not be in your best interest. Now, if you're a cop, a federal agent, if you're an FFL, probably not a big deal for you. But for us mortals, we have to abide by certain laws. Okay? So maybe if you buy the model, the plastic model, the mold, and mail it to him, that's not a problem at all. But mailing him a physical gun is going to be a problem for you. But Pete will work with anything as long as it's legal. Okay? He'll do mag pouches, he'll do the claw, he'll do the light, okay? He'll do the red dot optical, whatever the fuck you got, okay? He'll do extended mag cap pouches for the 33 round mag this, or the 100 round drum that, because you want to carry a 100 round AR drum in your pocket. Okay? He'll do anything that your imagination will provide, that your money will provide, and the law will allow. Okay? He's a grandfather, so don't ask him to be doing felonies and shit over the internet. Okay? Tell him that right now. But he's an awesome guy. We've known him for years on social media. Okay? I never met him in person yet, although I wish I would one day. The only bitch is I wish he had more color variants. He only has 3 colors, and every once in a distant blue moon, he'll get a special print in the mail, like We the People or skulls or some shit like that. But you know what? I'd rather have a Joe Blow, plain old one color holster that is made to the highest quality possible than have a really awesome looking holster that's made to lesser quality. Okay? I've had professional holsters that come from factories. Okay? They cannot match what he can do by himself in his garage. Okay? So never underestimate that. Alright? This holster is outstanding. If you want a holster, I highly recommend him. I recommend him to everyone. cops, friends. You know, I have guys that I work with the city. They're detectives. They do plain clothes, off-duty carry, all sort of bullshit. I say, you can do anything you want. And he can, pretty much. He's got the equipment. He knows what he's doing. He's an awesome guy, so give him your business. It's all made in America. Even the material he has to have shipped to him is made in America. Okay, thank you.